Portrait to Landscape. Chapter 1. Embracing Landscape. Separation to Integration. A human being is a part of a whole, called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feelings as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. Albert Einstein. A few years ago, I came across this quote that had a profound impact on how I perceive the world. It contains a suggestion for a new vision and existential framework for humanity. Einstein, with his enduring insight, identifies our most significant problem as a delusion of separateness. His words provide a solution to liberate ourselves from self-imposed limitations by shifting our perspective from a narrow individual focus to an all-encompassing community outlook, from portrait to landscape. This reframed worldview presents the possibility of a wholesome and regenerative future where we embrace the beauty of nature in its entirety. Few people are gifted with the brilliance and insight that Einstein possessed. If Einstein tells us our task, we should sit up and listen. In one succinct paragraph, he reveals that our human plight is one of vision and consciousness. We are optically deluded. This delusion that we are separated from the rest has confined us, obscured our understanding, and deprived us of fully experiencing life. Thankfully, within that same paragraph, Einstein shows us how to break free from this predicament by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. We must transcend our individual selves, recognize our place as part of a greater whole, and reconnect with the natural world, assuming our responsibility to care for it. In this chapter, I will utilize Einstein's quote as a framework to untangle the mess we have created as a species and the misconception of separateness that has led to our current dilemma. I will explore how we can liberate ourselves from this mindset and underscore the importance of correcting our vision and thinking to genuinely restore our relationship with nature. A fundamental change is necessary, moving from a mindset of exclusion to one of inclusivity within the Earth community, from separation to integration of all life. This internal shift becomes the catalyst for profound and lasting transformation in our external reality. A delusion of separateness. Vision encompasses not only envisioning a different future, but also perceiving the past and present with fresh eyes. To create a transformed future, it is crucial to understand how we arrived at the present moment. Therefore, let us begin by examining the prevailing worldview in Western thought. Einstein's quote illuminates the fact that humans are an integral part of a greater whole, and the notion of separation is merely an optical delusion of consciousness. Despite our perception of being disconnected, this belief is unfounded. The dualistic framework that separates humans from nature serves as the foundation of much of our thinking and offers a simplified and coherent way of understanding the world. In many ways, viewing things in binary terms provides a convenient tool for the limitations of the human mind, allowing us to navigate and position ourselves in the world. The world we inhabit is incredibly complex, and our minds naturally work to filter and make sense of the multitude of phenomena bombarding us from all directions. To process and organize this diverse information into something coherent, the human brain has developed systems that automatically organize inputs, bypassing processes that would otherwise require significant time, energy, and thought. In an article titled "The Elusive Theory of Everything," physicist Stephen Hawking and Leonard Mlodinow recount an intriguing story about the city council of Monza, Italy, banning round fish bowls to prevent cruelty towards goldfish. The reasoning behind the ban was that the curved glass distorted the fish's view of reality. This anecdote raises an important question. How can we be certain that our perception of reality is any less distorted than that of the fish? Hawking and Mlodinow propose. For all we know, we too may spend our entire lives staring out at the world through a distorting lens. Many people believe there is an objective reality and that our senses accurately represent the material world around us. However, this is not the case. Every day, our minds are busy constructing conscious and subconscious models for us to be able to interpret and understand the world. Hawking and Mlodinow explain, there is no way to remove the observer, us, from our perception of the world, which is created through sensory processing and through the way we think and reason. Our perception, and hence the observations upon which our theories are based, is not direct, but rather is shaped by a kind of lens, the interpretive structure of our brain. Each of us is constantly interpreting the signals we receive. What we perceive is shaped by how we understand ourselves in relation to the world around us, our paradigm, if you will. Consider the intricate process of human vision as an illustration. As light enters the eye, it traverses the cornea and lens, converging onto the retina. The retina's photoreceptors then convert the incoming light into electrical signals. These signals travel along the optic nerve to the brain, where they undergo a remarkable transformation. The raw data is processed, refined, and woven together to construct a coherent and immersive three-dimensional model of the world. Remarkably, there exists a noticeable gap in the incoming visual data, where the optic nerve connects to the retina. Rather than perceiving black spots in our vision, our minds instinctively fill in these gaps, making assumptions and shaping our perceptions. It becomes apparent that the individual, the perceiver, is an active participant in constructing the image that is ultimately seen, just as much as the observed phenomena itself. This analogy of the human visual system serves as a compelling metaphor for our broader perception of reality. It highlights the fact that our interpretations and understanding of the world are not solely dictated by the objective stimuli we encounter, but are also influenced by our active engagement with the information and the internal processes of our minds. Our perceptions are an intricate interplay between the external and internal, constantly shaping and constructing our understanding of the world. Daniel Kahneman's pivotal book, Thinking Fast and Slow, provides excellent insight into the human mind, how we see ourselves, and how we understand the world around us. He explains, the notion of a narrative fallacy to describe how flawed stories of the past shape our views of the world and expectations for the future. Narrative fallacies arise inevitably from our continuous attempt to make sense of the world. He explains that most compelling stories are simple and concrete, and that we more easily digest and wholeheartedly accept these stories when we are ignorant of a subject. If it is a good story, we believe it. Paradoxically, it is easier to construct a coherent story when you know little, when there are fewer pieces to fit into the puzzle. Our comforting conviction that the world makes sense rests on a secure foundation, our almost unlimited ability to ignore our ignorance. Kahneman's insights shed light on the fact that what we consider to be true and knowable are often merely stories we tell ourselves. These narratives, though convenient, have been collectively constructed to simplify our understanding of the world. It is no wonder then that the notion of humans being separate from nature easily takes hold. Nature, in its essence, is unknowable, and our relationship with it appears abstract and distant. The concept of us, humans, versus it, nature, is a tangible and appealing concept for our limited minds, seeking simplicity in complexity. Furthermore, there is a tendency to perceive ourselves as distinct and superior to other species. The prevailing narrative does not typically promote notions of separation and equality, separation and inferiority, or separation but complementarity. Rather, the dominant Western philosophy positions humans as independent entities, exerting dominance over nature. This worldview is closely intertwined with Abrahamic religious beliefs, which assert that humans are created in the image of God. Consequently, the narrative contends that humans stand at the pinnacle of creation, with nature existing solely for our domination and exploitation. Resources are often viewed as limitless, and humans are regarded eternal rulers of the planet. This simplistic perspective holds great allure when attempting to comprehend ourselves, nature, life, and the future. This construct of separateness and dominance is our inherited impairment, or as Einstein puts it, a kind of prison for us. Its consequences are evident in the dysfunctional environment in which we find ourselves today. The natural world has been exploited to such an extent that entire ecosystems are collapsing. We have grown up in a world where this construct is perceived as reality, and we have been conditioned to turn a blind eye to the interconnected living communities around us. Upon reflection, the illusion of separateness dissipates, revealing a profound truth. It becomes unmistakably clear that we not only depend on nature, but are an inseparable part of it. The land, encompassing the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we consume, is the very foundation of our existence. It intertwines with every facet of our being, permeating each cell within us, just as we inhabit the land itself. Our bodies, born from the earth, follow the inevitable path of returning to it through the cycle of decomposition. The land not only provides support and sustenance, but it is also intricately woven into the fabric of our essence. There exists no distinct boundary or separation between us and it. There is only we. The relationship is boundless and indivisible, akin to the intimate connection between ourselves and our own physical forms. To imagine that we stand apart from nature is as peculiar as envisioning ourselves detached from our very own existence. In truth, we are forever entwined, and recognizing this profound unity is pivotal in fostering a harmonious relationship with the whole world around us. The fallacy of constructed dualism has kept us trapped in ignorance for far too long. Now is the time to discard this narrative and embrace a new understanding of our place within the interconnected web of life.